In today's video, we're going to talk about why you should never be nice. Ever, ever, ever. Never, ever. Never, ever, ever. Not to anyone ever. We're going to talk why you should never be nice. As apex humans and geopolitical Christians, we like our lives and we like ourselves more than we like you liking us. You liking us is irrelevant. It does not matter. We are here to live exceptional lives. And if you liking us interferes with us enjoying our lives and liking our lives, then we are going to sacrifice. It's not a sacrifice. We're just going to lose the like that you have for us. We don't care. So today I want to talk about why being nice is deadly to you. It's destroying you, destroying your results, destroying relationships, destroying your life, destroying your success, destroying your dreams. What being nice really means and what to do instead if you want to be a kind person, if you want to be a person with integrity and a genuinely pleasant and harmonious person. So this is going to be posted later, and I'm not going to wait for people to get in the chat because I'm learning not to give a fuck, because when I give a fuck, it's just a waste of my life energy. All right, so be nice and die. That is exactly what happens when an apex human is nice. Being nice kills your apex nature and it puts you on the level of a worm. Being nice puts you, it makes you vulnerable to deception, to being taken advantage of, all of these things. So being nice is one of the worst things you can do if you're trying to be an apex human. If you're cultivating your apex humanity, if you're working to become an exceptional human being, a geopolitical Christian, being nice is going to be the death of that. It's going to kill your apex humanity. Being nice leads to being vulnerable, and like I said, it's the death of your apex humanity. So never be nice ever. Being nice is something that drains your power. It takes you from being a tiger and turns you into a worm. If you're a child of the Most High, you don't need to be nice. You don't have to be nice. You can't be nice. I'm going to be honest with you. You can't. You don't have it within yourself to be nice if you're a child of the Most High. If you're a son or daughter of the Most High, you don't have it within yourself to be nice. Being nice is for worms. It's for losers. It's for people who just accept the shit and the dirt life. And that's okay for them. But for apex humans, for children of the Most High, not going to work. So stop being nice today. And I know it's not going to be an overnight thing. There are going to be triggers. There are going to be things that are going to inspire you to be nice. But being nice is the subtle cut. It's the death of 1,000 cuts. And it's something that if you are aiming to be an apex human, an exceptional human being, an optimal human, a geopolitical Christian, you have to kill that in yourself today. And look, if it takes you 30 days, you're going to be okay. Get my book, the 7-Day Prayer Book. There's going to be a link. There's a link in the description to this video. You can get it. It'll be available tomorrow, so make sure you get it. Let's jump in the chat real quick. Oh, Roman, welcome back. Welcome back, Roman. All right. J-Dub, who has a heart on for me, always comes. I always appreciate having you here, J-Dub. You give me an opportunity to bash someone and treat someone like shit. So thank you so much for being that person, J-Dub. Love seeing you. All right, Roman, welcome and hello, hello, hello. All right, J-Dub is a masochist. What terrible things can I say to J-Dub today? Let's see what it is. Did you get bullied when you was a kid? First of all, that's the bad grammar, and I'm gonna point it. That's the bad grammar. Yeah, I did get bullied as a kid. That's a good question. Were you there? Um, yeah, I love having you here, J Dub. I'm gonna just say the worst, most unkind, destructive things to you. Thank you for being here. You get to be my Azazel, my scapegoat. So yeah. So first of all, being nice is not something that's going to save you. And you're going to see how I treat J Dub. This is how you want to be. I'm not being mean to J Dub. I'm not being nice either, as you can tell. I just told J Dub he's a piece of shit or she's a piece of shit. But I said it in a way that's going to really. This is the thing about being an apex human. You are supreme. You are superior by your very nature. Okay. And the moment you know that, you understand that, you no longer feel the sting of the attacks of worms because they're worms. Okay. And so you're not going to feel when someone says something or does something offensive or disrespectful, you're not going to feel bad about it. You're going to laugh it off and you're going to just walk on them because you are supreme. We as apex humans eat the birds who eat the worms. We're the cats that eat the birds that eat the worms. There are fewer birds than there are worms, and there are even fewer cats than there are birds. Think about it that way, okay? So you are supreme as a child of the Most High. You are superior. You are from the master race. Don't feel bad about treating people like shit. All right. Thank you, J-Dub, for being here. I'm going to shoot as many arrows at you as I feel like it, as long as it doesn't detract from what I'm saying. All right. So what does being nice mean? We already talked about how being nice will destroy you. It makes you vulnerable. It makes you susceptible to the attacks, to abuse, to being fucked up the ass by society. What does being nice actually mean? The word nice comes from the Latin word nitiere, which means stupid, which means naive, which actually implies the intelligence of a child. So people that were nitiere were the idiots, the people with bad cognition. You know, maybe they were born idiots or something like that, and they were just dumb. And so they were referred to as nitiere, which means the intelligence of a child or stupid or something like that. Okay, so the word nice comes from that. That's its etymology. And no one really wants to tell you that. So in school they say, be nice, Billy. Be nice to Sally. They're telling you to be stupid. So we've been conditioned to accept being stupid and being inferior. And when you awaken, you realize you're exceptional, you stop doing that. So you'll say, what's good, Rye? Welcome, welcome. What's good? What's good? Rye, welcome, welcome. Drop a like if you get this stuff, if you understand it. If you don't understand it, that's okay. You can just keep watching and keep getting confused. All right. Anyway, so the third thing to take into account is this. So what do you do if you're an apex human and you don't want to be a complete fucking asshole? Because being an asshole is not rationally selfish. It's not intelligent. If you're just an asshole, people are going to ignore you and dismiss you and not give you the things you want. You can get anything you want from anybody. Being kind, being polite, being courteous, these things are the things I'm going to share with you now. So there are ways to get what you want from people that you don't really respect, that you see as beneath you, without treating them as if they're a piece of shit, without treating them poorly. You know, you see how I thank J-Dub for being here, because J-Dub's my loyal scapegoat. You know, J-Dub's my royal target practice person. So I genuinely do appreciate J-Dub. But you know, hey, it is what it is. So these are things that you can do. And this is what the upper crust of humanity does. There's this thing called polite society. The word cortés in Spanish means polite or courteous. So you can actually be polite and courteous. And we're going to go over the things that you can do while not being nice. Because this is the thing about an apex human. You're the apex predator in the situation. You're the most powerful person in the room, almost always, unless you're dealing with another apex who has more experience than you, who came from an apex family or an apex culture. And so if you are in the room with a bunch of worms, you're a tiger, a tigress. You're the supreme. So you don't ever have to be nice to anyone. They will worship you. They will bow to you. They will give you things that you want without you even saying anything. And so you do not have to treat people poorly. You do not have to be unkind to people. But there are 6 things that you can do to maintain a pleasant social standing and still have plausible deniability when you treat people kindly and gently and things like that. Okay, and also they can still respect you. Sometimes when you're kind to people or gentle with people, they think they can get over you, and sometimes you have to take people's heads off, and that's okay. Like Sun Tzu said, you know, kill one, spare 1,000. Is a beautiful story of an emperor who had all these prostitutes that worked from, you know, concubines, whatever they were, and one was just being bitchy. She was mouthing off, and one day literally she just came and just started to be a bitch, and he pulled out a sword and whopped her head off. He like lopped her head off in front of all the other concubines, and not a single one of them did that ever again. That's the story. The moral of the story is kill one, save 1,000. Slay one, save 1,000. I'll say slay. All right. Anyway, so here's the things that you can do as an apex human to still be kind, still be gentle, but still have that intensity, that ferocity. Let's jump back in the thing. Okay. I have no clue what you're talking about, but I can't stop watching. Well, good. Okay. That's good. We're talking about how to not good. You got it. Rise got it. Okay. All right. So these are the 6 things you can do. Make sure you drop a like. subscribe, all that other stuff. If you want to learn how to awaken your divine nature as a child of the Most High, as a son and daughter of God, that's what this channel is about. It's not about, I was about to drop an F bomb, not the fuck, but the other F bomb that I use all the time. This is not about losers, okay? This is about real children of the Most High. Children of the Most High command their presence in the world. So let's get into the 6 things. So drop a like. All right. So the first thing you can do instead of being nice is to be polite. The word polite is polite society. It's what the upper echelon do. It's what royalty does. They are polite. Just means that you have decorum. You carry yourself with respect, and if someone is treating you poorly or someone is stupid, then you do not lash out at them. Hey, what the fuck you doing? Okay, so that's a worm. That's what a worm would do. But instead, if someone treats you poorly, you're still polite, you're still kind, and you're still courteous. Okay, we're gonna get into them. The second thing is to be civil. In Spanish, this word civil is cortés. Okay, if you know Hernan Cortez, what did he do to the Aztec? He like destroyed people. He tortured and pillaged and committed genocide. And the word Cortez is older than Hernan Cortez. It's older than him. It comes from Old Spanish, but the word just means high society, refined. And so you can actually insult a person and they feel like you've just given them a compliment. If a person comes to you and is condescending and you know that you're better than them, you never want to jump on their case because, like Mark Twain says, never argue with a stupid person because they will beat you at their own game. Basically, you will lower yourself to their level and they will beat you at experience. And so, to be civil is to be refined, to be exceptional, and you actually can say very harsh, destructive, very unkind, cutting things, and the person has no reason, no way to know it because they're not on your level of intelligence. And so it's a high society response. It's like someone says, "Hey, you're a piece of shit." You know what? Thank you. Have a wonderful day, and keep it moving because they're so inferior to you that none of their insults even come to you, and you're just like, "All right, it is what." Someone called me an Oreo, and I was like, "Thank you." Shit, people love Oreos. Thanks. Have a wonderful day. Hey, I'm proud to be an Oreo. Okay. Third thing is be kind, and this is something that I'm very good at. Be kind. Why? Because sometimes people are just having a shit day. Now, let's be honest. Kindness comes from understanding. Like sometimes people have a shit day. And this person generally isn't stupid. Generally, they're not inferior. But today, they're just having a shit day and they have to take it out on you because you're not going to cut their head off initially. Now, they keep pushing, take their fucking head off. Verbally, not naturally, not actually. But you know what I mean. Like, cut them down to size. Do it politely. But sometimes people are just having a rough day. Be kind, which is just a righteous approach. Okay, that's the third thing. And the fourth thing, and let me jump in the comments. People are asking me things here. What is that supposed to mean? Well, I don't know. Jade. Oh, it's Dub Dub here. Time to leave. It's trying. Okay. J Dub is just there. J Dub has a little crush on me. I think that's a 12-year-old. Look, I do not interact with children your age. Okay. So anyway, the third thing you do is have godly love for people, and all that means is understand where a person is coming from. If you love them, you are tapping into a higher energy, a higher frequency. Love does not mean that you are being nice to them. It does not mean that you're laying yourself down for them to walk over you. That is not love. We've been sold a bill of goods, especially in religion, especially in the church. You've been taught that love means turning the other cheek. It does not mean it means turning around and walking away. It means leaving that person in their shit to wallow and suffer and starve. That's what it means. Love means seeing the excellence of that person. Like worms are great. I love worms. They're so good for the garden. They're still worms. Like understand that their nature is to be a worm and just, you know, move on. Show them godly love by removing yourself from the situation or by not trying to save them, not trying to help them. Just let them suffer and let them be there. Life will recycle them, and the space that they occupy in the universe will be filled by another person eventually. And then the fifth thing that you can do is have evidence-based compassion. Like I was saying earlier, be kind to people because sometimes people are going through a hard time and they're just breaking, they're cracking, and they may be going through their apex human awakening. Sometimes they go through a dark night of the soul and they're breaking, they're cracking, their old self is cracking, and you just happen to be present when that happens. You want to show evidence-based compassion. And that just means show compassion to them, but only if they deserve it. You have to be able to assess the situation and tell if this person is deserving of compassion. If not, take their head off, metaphorically, verbally, or whatever. But don't make yourself look bad. Never make yourself look bad. And then the final sixth thing is to be gentle. If someone is having a hard time, if they're going through a shit situation, or maybe they're just intellectually inferior, like genuinely intellectually inferior. There are a lot of progressives and woke people that think they're intellectually superior, but they're actually intellectual trash. I know. I went to school with them. These sorts of people, they just have a bunch of papers behind their name, and they don't have any worth in the world. They don't have any value. They're not children of the Most High. But still, be gentle. Being gentle exudes an air of true power. It is the strongest, most powerful people in society that have the protection, the resources, the money, the power to be gentle. Okay? Why do you think the United States is the best country in the world? Because we have the most deadly nukes. We don't have the most nukes. I think it's Russia that has the most nukes, but we have the most deadly nukes. I knew people in the military really high up. They weren't high up in the sense that they were controlling the nukes. I know people like that. I knew people in the Bohemian Grove and stuff like that, these secret organizations, but nobody that was doing that. What I'm saying is, I heard about nukes that we had back in the 90s that would blow your mind. You wouldn't even believe it. These nukes you could drop on a block, it would obliterate. They would like break down the very structure of reality, break down the atomic structure of everything on that block, and not harm anything within a quarter inch of that block. That's us as the United States. That's why we can be so good. That's why we can be so kind. That's why we can help so many countries and do so many good things in the world, because we can fuck people up. We can, Eisenhower and Roosevelt both said, walk softly but carry a big stick. There's also quoted as saying, speak softly but carry a big stick, meaning know that you can fuck someone up, but don't always do it. Do it when it matters. All right? So, if you like yourself more than you like being liked by worms, but you just want to but you just don't want to hurt people or bulldoze over, try those 6 things. It's going to be very important for you. Being nice for an apex human is deadly. Make sure you never practice it as much as you possibly can. Being nice is stupid. It makes you weak. It makes you vulnerable. As a man of God, as a woman of God, especially as a man of God, you never want to be weak. You never want to be vulnerable, because you're going to be deceived and you're going to be destroyed. All right? Others want you to be weak because they sense your power and they're uncomfortable with your apex nature. In the presence of a tiger, a deer, a rat, a mongoose, a lower animal, a monkey is afraid. They don't feel comfortable. Let them feel uncomfortable. Be kind, be courteous, be gentle, be polite, be evidence-based compassionate, but never be nice. Okay? So your apex humanity, your geopolitical nature is a natural power. It's a natural power that you have, and you are worthy of the fear and the respect of others. You're worthy of the dread of worms. It's okay. Why? Because they will look to you for leadership, and because you are connected to the source code, you're connected to God Almighty. You have a better idea, a better sense of how humanity should move forward. That's what this entire Apex Human Awakening is about. It's about putting people who are designed for leadership in those roles. Up until for the last couple thousand years, humans have been putting people in those roles that are easily controlled. You'll notice that in politics, who are they putting into power? The piece of shit politicians that, like who I can name them all, like the puppet that we had as the last president, Sleepy Joe Biden or Kamala Harris, right? These sort of people, they're puppets. They're useless worms, but they're in positions of influence. And so people mistaken, oh, that's power. That's the powerful people. Those are the elite. No, they're not. There's nothing elite about a Kamala Harris. There's nothing elite about a Joe Biden. A Donald Trump, however, is a fucking lion. He's a fucking killer. Okay? He's a shark. He's an apex predator. That's why he won. They shot him. They tried to put him in jail. They tried to use warfare, all kinds of things. He's a killer. And you're a killer as well. You're a child of the Most High. You deserve the best. You are destined for greatness. You are destined for leadership. You're destined for power. You are here in this world to rule as a God. Just like it says in Psalms 82 verse 6. You are gods and children of the Most High. Jesus repeated that and said it was the supreme law in John 10:34 and 35. You are gods. Okay? Act like it. Remember, we eat those who feed on the worms. We eat the birds. We are the apex predators. We're the cats. We eat the birds. So don't let a worm take you off your apex nature. Don't let a sniffling, shit-eating, dirt-dwelling worm take you off your apex nature. You're a god, not a goddess. You're a god, a child of the Most High. Live from that level, be from that level, and never let a worm take you off your path. You're divine, you're blessed. Live like it. I'm out.